Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, and I'm back with Mr. Demetrius Rucker, candidate for District 1 of Henry County. Now, we before we went out the air, and I didn't get a chance to actually introduce who Demetrius Rucker was. You guys, you're going to have to go to his website. Tell us what the website is.
It is Demetrius Rucker for Commissioner.com.
Gotcha.
All right, so Commissioner is it with one M. So Demetrius Rucker for Commissioner. Make sure when you spell Commissioner, it is one M in there.
Okay, gotcha. The big whammy, the big elephant in the room. You know, everybody, says we don't care who run from a federal level, from a state level, from a local level. The big elephant in the room is taxes.
Ooh.
Okay. Everybody taxes just went up in Henry County. This past tax bracket that just happened. Everybody mortgage went up. If you're a homeowner, your mortgage went up. And this seems to be a big thing. Now, I was talking to the mayor pro tem in Locust Grove. Okay. Mm-hmm. And he didn't tell me, but doing my research, I'm finding out that, in the city limits of Locust Grove, they don't pay taxes. Am I correct?
Yeah, they've developed tax districts in there.
They've developed tax districts. Okay.
Districts, yeah.
When is that type of relief going to happen for Henry County? What is your plan? Because if Locust Grove could do it, the county could do it.
Yeah. Oh man, yes. This is always the tough question. So I want to go back to something you said, which I'm a firm believer in, and I think this would definitely help, is improving our tax base. All right.
Definitely.
You and when you talk about that, we have to develop a little bit. So like they said, to make an omelet, you got to break a couple of eggs. So we're going to have to do some developing in order to improve our tax base. Like you spoke about the airport, they're looking at expanding the land strip so we can bring not only single engine, but smaller commercial planes to come in here.
Okay.
All right. You talked about the casino. That's still on the books. Who knows when that'll be done? I might not even, I'm a craps player, so I might not even like craps anymore by the time that's done.
Right.
But we have to do some development to increase our tax base. So
we definitely do.
Whether that's bringing more entertainment down here, more fine dining, doing more events at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Right.
I would like to look and speak with the Chamber of Commerce and speak with Atlanta Motor Speedway and see how can they get more events to come to the Speedway. Right. So I am all about increasing the tax base. So that's one thing that I plan on doing. Whatever I can do to increase the tax base. Okay. The tax base of especially in District 1, I'm going to do it now.
And taking that out the local citizenship.
Yes. You're right.
Yeah.
That will relieve some of the pressure off the citizens.
Right.
All right. So the taxes. All right. So I was looking at this today, and I want people. This is how I look at it. All right. Because let me look straight in the camera and tell all the viewers. The same pain you're feeling on taxes, the same pain I feel on taxes.
Right.
So I don't get a tax break because I'm running for commissioner or because I am commissioner.
Okay.
But I look at it as an investment into the county and the district. All right. This is my perspective. I don't want to diminish any way that anyone looks at it, any anecdotal data that people throw into this. I don't want to dismiss it. But the way I look at it is that it is an investment into the county. All right. Because over 50% of our taxes goes to services provided for the county. Correct. So I look at it as if my house catch on fire today or tomorrow, God forbid it does. I hope it doesn't. All right. But if it does, I want fire and rescue to come to my home as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
All right. Same thing if a burglar comes in here and I call Henry County Sheriff or Henry County Police, I want them to come to my house as quickly as possible. So I look at it like that. It's, our roads.
Right.
All right. I don't want to do any undue maintenance on my vehicle because we have potholes. So that's how I look at it. I look at it as that my tax dollars are going into investing in the county. Now, do I wish we can do something better? Maybe the things that I spoke about, maybe some of the current commissioners that are watching, maybe we start that, and
Right.
then I can come on to that and get those things in play. But I definitely will look towards any way to increase our tax base to get more revenue to come to the county, so we can relieve some of that pressure on our citizens.
Because that same, if for those of us who weren't here in 2007, 2008, Henry County, that was a big wave. Even though it was on the the economy of real estate, where you had a big wham of everybody losing their home to foreclosure, and that was the beginning of corporate home ownership,
Yeah.
where these corporations
Gotcha.
start saying, "Hey, man, Henry County is that spot." A lot of people don't understand. It started back in 2008.
Yeah,
Where your companies like Tricon, American Homes for Rent,
Right around the
Innovative
housing
Homes,
crisis.
the housing crisis. All right, so that put people out of their homes and gave it to the corporate companies, which have raised rent here. How do we not repeat that in 2024?
So the what do you call it? Equity firms and
Okay.
investment firms, all of them buying up housing. There is a bill in place, I think, or there's a. I don't want to. I don't want to lie, but I thought I heard something about how they can move with how they are purchasing homes now.
Yes.
Things that are renting them out and things of that nature. So I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to speak any false information.
Okay.
But I want to go back to something just clicked in my head.
Okay.
I definitely want to have a conversation, especially in District 1, especially around this area, which I stay in. I call it Industrial Row.
Yes.
So you made a good point that a city like Locust Grove has partnered up with, you got Anderson Renewal, you got the other companies that are coming there
Yes.
to develop a tax district. So I would like to see where the communication stopped with a CID in this area. And if you don't know what a CID is, it's a community investment district.
Okay.
That's basically what a tax district is.
Okay.
All right. So where the organizations tax themselves and they can be able to handle the roads and things of that nature. So I would like to track that stuff down, track that stuff back, go back to the
Okay.
genesis of
Okay.
it. I'm a root cause person.
Right,
All
right.
So I like to look at what happened back in the day to cause what's happening now, because that will also relieve some of the pressure and tax burden on some of the citizens. If I don't have to, right there, this King Mill Road, it runs straight down the middle of warehouses on each side. You got
Right.
Whirlpool, you got Geodis, you got a couple of them, Ken's. Ken's got 2 plants on there. So
yeah.
I wonder where the communication broke down. I don't know if that was something that the current commissioner might have started before he got there, but I would definitely like to see where the communication broke down and see if we can get that communication going again, because I think that building a CID in this area would definitely be beneficial, and like I said, it would definitely relieve some of the pressure off the citizens paying taxes.
Yeah, because taxes, we say we want quality of life, we want to be able to create a place where people can live, work, and play. But if they're only able to live here and they're not able to enjoy the fruits of their labor, then it kind of takes away from the vision of what we're originally saying. You see what I'm saying?
And to go back to your question about housing, I don't know right now, so I got to do a little bit more research to see how much of our housing population is being brought up. I'm not a big fan of corporations coming in and buying these properties up.
Okay.
That's something that I don't like, because home ownership is a desire for a lot of people.
Right.
And if they can't get that home ownership, then it's like, what do I do next?
Correct.
So that is not something that I'm familiar with, but I have no problem researching that. So I'll make a note of that, and I'll make sure I get informed on that.
Most definitely. And the second thing in Henry County, especially Locust Grove, traffic. What are we going to do? So recently, we just had a red light put in on Bethlehem Road in 42. We just had a red light put in on 42, and I believe that's Harris Road. Man, since I've been in the area, I've seen 50 wrecks. Okay, But we all know that's not the end all be all.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we going to do to improve this traffic infrastructure with the population and the growth that's happening? Because we're right now we're running over each other. We're honking the horn.
Yeah.
We're turning into a little Atlanta.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're turning into a little Atlanta. Good.
Yes. So, great point. So, transportation as it relates to economic development is paramount, but also transportation resources are paramount as well. So I have these communications with voters, and a lot of people think that I'm speaking about bringing like a MARTA system to Henry County or District 1, and that is not what I'm speaking about. Because to be honest, I don't even think our infrastructure can handle a MARTA system. But all right, when you talk about traffic, to alleviate some of that pressure, we can invest and improve on things that we have right now that our infrastructure is handling. That's Henry County Express and Henry County Transit. So what I propose is some things that are already being put in place is to improve and expand our Henry County transit, have more dedicated stops that lead to Tanger Outlet, that lead to some of the restaurants in the area, also lead to the amphitheater. All right, I think those things will take a lot of people off the road. And like I mentioned about the young man earlier, investing in some bike trails. You have a lot of people that work in these warehouses, work and live where these warehouses are, that don't need to be on the road. They can just ride a bike straight to their work. Also, as I'm riding home, sometimes on 42, I see people actually walking to work, walking from Wayfair, walking from the Home Depot distribution center. So those little things that we can put in place, that we can kind of alleviate some of the pressure off our transportation infrastructure. It's not just building roads. I was telling somebody before, like, if we keep doing roads and roundabouts and things of that nature, we're gonna look like a bowl of spaghetti down here in Henry County at some point. But there are certain points where we have a lot of congestion. I think one of them is at 155 and 42. Okay. There's a lot of congestion there, and then also a lot of our roads we have to wait because a lot of them are either state or U.S. highways.
Right.
So we have to get with GOT to see what they can do about those roads. But what we can do locally are kind of like the things I mentioned.
Now, we also talked about, so we talked about quality of life and we talked about some of the special things, but the most important thing is, how will you work with your constituents to improve Henry County? What's your plan to bring a better relationship to the commission board that you're getting ready to partake with? What's your plan to work together?
Good question. So right now, especially when it comes to the relationship with the Henry County Board of Commissioners, I have a pretty good relationship with the Henry County Board of Commissioners. I actually know all of them. We've never butted heads on anyone. We have great interactions, including my opponent. Even now, every time we see each other, we shake hands. So I'm already building those relationships. Okay. So when I go into the seat, notice I said when I go into the seat, it'll be a seamless relationship. The next thing I'm doing is the same thing I'm doing now on my campaign. I'm going to city council meetings. I just attended Hampton City Council meeting last night and speaking to constituents, and that will not stop. I'll tell you, as your commissioner, as your Henry County District 1 commissioner, I will continue to make sure that I make municipal meetings. I was continuing, the two cities I have in the district, as you all know, would be Locust Grove and Hampton, and I will continue to make those meetings because I think it's paramount that you talk to the people who talk to the people. Right. All right. That ensures that your relationship, that's the bond, that's the glue that ensures your relationship with the people. So I'm definitely going to continue to make those and continue to make any events that are out there. Now, I'm just one person. All right. I know y'all would not like another one of me, but I'm just one. Right. But the events that I can make, I will be there, and you will likely see my fiance, my daughter, my dog, everybody. So I'm into that. I believe in service. I am a servant leader, so I believe in being available so that people can walk up and ask me the tough questions if they need to, or tell me that I'm doing a good job, which I should get more of the latter than the former.
We totally understand that, man. You guys stay tuned. We got Demetrius Rucker here, and we're talking about the state of Henry County here. You guys stay tuned. I got to go to another commercial break, and we're going to wrap this up with Demetrius Rucker right here. Stay tuned. Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village Podcast.
Justice and peace and equality.